woman, okay, it's a phase. Everyone has to pass through this phase. Maybe many are in this position now, as of now. We don't know which position you are in. Okay, many is in this position, that is in 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 position, and some are in the fourth position. Clear? Okay. This is the age where you will be studying. This is the age where you will be studying. Okay, up to here. After this, you have to get married. You have to start your family, etc., etc. We will take a decision to study, that is in higher studies, after your wedding or after having a kid. Okay, it is up to you. Okay, and the circumstances also makes you to take up your career forward after your wedding or once you become a mother, etc. It is left to us. Clear? Next one. In this today, I want to discuss few things. Being a mother or being a homemaker, what are the issues that you will be facing day to day? Today, I felt which is important. Being a woman, we have so many things. One, work-life balance. Second, you have a family to look after. Next, you have your own personal goals. Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Being an Indian, we give first preference to the family. Am I right?
Yes, ma'am.
Even though if you don't give, also society makes you to give preference to the family. Am I right?
Yes, ma'am.
That's there. This picture speaks everything about a woman. Check. Am I right? Anything
Yes, ma'am.
else? Yes or no? We have so many things.
Yes, ma'am.
Look at this. Things you can see all over here.
Yes, ma'am.
It's a cakewalk to a woman. Yes or no?
Yes.
But in a woman's life, it is not so easy. First, the preference is family. Later on comes with your career, your profession, that's your professional growth, then your ambition, all these things. So today I thought of discussing few things. One is your studies. Before studies, there are two parts that you should discuss. One, health. Health I've divided into two things. One is going to be a physical and one is going to be a mental health. Okay. Tell me now, what is stopping you? Think you've taken this course around 6 years ago, or you've taken this course at the age of 20, 21. What you're struggling now to clear this exams, you would have done the same struggle when you've taken this course when you're 20 or 21 years ago. Answer is no. Am I right? Why
No.
it is a big no? Earlier, there was no concept of responsibility.
Yes,
When you're
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
when there was no concept of responsibility. When the concept of responsibility arises, what happens? Automatically, your mental health will be disturbed. You give more, your mental health goes for a toss. Whether it's a good responsibility or it is going to be, I don't know, it is going to be a voluntary responsibility or it's compulsory responsibility. Your mental health goes for a toss. You know more than me about the physical health. I don't want to discuss about the physical health, how to take care of physical health. You know, the food with respect to your walking, jogging, and all these things. You people are a better person to know about your body and to want to look after all those things. Now let's speak about the mental health today. We being an Indian married woman, you have to concentrate on few things. Every time I get the questions, so whatever the questions I get across from a married woman, I'll put it across all these things. Mental health. First, mental health. You have to look after your husband. You have to look after your kids. You have to look after your in-laws. You have to look after your parents. Next, it's going to be relatives and friends comes into pictures. Okay. It is our duty to look after husband, kids, and in-laws. 3 things done. The main thing arises when it comes to in-laws. Many people. This questions, I take a few questions, FAQs, the question what I've received from the students who are married, okay, in-laws. Question is, ma'am, when I got married, they told me that they're going to support me with my education, or they told me that they're going to support me with my work. Now they're not doing this. What to do? First question arises. Second question, ma'am, I want to work, but my in-laws are not looking after my kids. The way they look after the daughter's kids, they're not looking after my kids. These are the questions I've received. Next one. My husband supports me, but my in-laws are not supporting with respect to my career. Next, my husband was supportive earlier, but I don't know what has happened to me. What my in-laws have told to my husband, he is not supporting me. Third, next case, my husband and in-laws both are supportive, and whenever I meet a relative, always they taunt me that your first priority is your career or your first priority is your profession. You ignorant family. Next one. My parents tells me that now you're married, you have a kids, concentrate on your kids. Otherwise, when you start working and all, your kids will be spoiled. You cannot prepare a good food for your kids. You cannot concentrate on their career. It's you are the one who have to give up your career and you should concentrate on your kids. These are the questions which I will receive. Only a few questions which I've checked today. So thought of sharing with you. Am I right? All these situations even you people would have faced. Yes or no? What is your duty? First, you should convince your husband that you want to pursue your studies. Second thing, you have to convince your in-laws. Convincing a husband is very easy when compared to in-laws. Put the ball in his court. That is his duty to convince his parents that what his wife wants. You convince him. See, I have to do this course. If we do this course, our life will be much better. Our standard of living will increase. I can educate my children. We can educate our children in a better way. When your wife is also highly qualified, convince to your husband. Many people will know the value of CS, but still they're hesitant to speak to their parents. Am I right? Next thing, try to convince your in-laws. Leave your ego. You want your work to be done, man. Ultimately, at the end of the day, you want your work to be done. What is that? You don't want any financial support from in-laws. Only thing you want is to take care of your kids when you're studying or to take care of your kids when you have joined your internship. Yes or no? Leave your ego. Go and speak to your in-laws. Ultimately, my work should be done. No matter whose ego it is, leave your ego and go and speak to them. Convince them to take care of your kid. That is the most a boon you can have when your in-laws look after your kids. What I'm speaking, making some sense to you?
Yes, ma'am.
Best medicine, ignore. Okay, is it? Don't let everyone to travel in your mind. That's not required. Listen to your whatever they say and leave it there itself. Don't even give a second chance of thinking to that. Don't suffer from the mental health. You come this way, you come this much today. Don't leave someone to spoil your mental health. When your mental health is spoiled, obviously it affects your studies, it affects your goal. Many people will think, I will give 2 to 3 attempts. If I'm not able to clear, then I will leave this course. See, for what purpose you're leaving? First, you're not able to crack this exam. One thing. Second thing, you want to concentrate on the kids. That's why you're leaving. See, your kid requires your attention only to the extent of 4 years. After this, it goes to the school. Then it's going to be high school or college. It builds its own world. You're not so important to them. We are not so important to them after that. It requires your attention only up to 4 years. You think I want to concentrate on kid, then you spoil your career. Tell me now, you will be born after 1990, as per my knowledge. Okay. Your mother also would have done a second PU or she would have done a degree. You have also done one degree. 25 years ago or 30 years ago, what your mother has done, you have also done the same thing. But what is the difference now? Even she is also sitting at home, and you're also sitting at home. If you're not concentrating on your studies or if you're not working somewhere, don't waste the education which you have got just because someone is not giving the credit to you. Every family, every wedding, it will be there. It takes 2 years or 3 years to get adjusted to it because we would have caught up in this different family, will come to a different family, and the caste is same, even the creed is also the same. The culture, what we follow, what they follow, the food and dressing, everything differs. Even though you people are the same city. First thing, don't leave any person to travel to your mind. Ignore the things then and there itself. It is very good for your mental health. This person told me like this, like this. You'll be thinking whole night. You don't even get a sleep that day. Or you call your mother and you tell that this person told me like this. Your mother will also be thinking, and even you will be thinking whole night. What's the point? There was one article where I read this article. I want to just tell you last two lines of in that article. The person is telling many people are not happy with the Lord Shiva or a Jesus Christ being a human and just in dust in this on this earth. How can I satisfy everyone on this earth? This sentence, I felt it makes so much of difference. It meant a lot to everyone. It meant a lot to me at least. Don't try to please everyone. Not everyone doesn't wish good to you. We being a woman, we should stand by ourselves. Try to achieve your goals. First thing. To achieve the goals, be selfish. You have to take care of your family, yes, not to everything. I want to do this. Yes, I want to do this. I want to do this. Yes, you want to do everything, but you have to give a time to your family. You have to give a time to your studies also. Learn the art of living. No, don't take up every task in your family. Try to assign the task to everyone. Convince your husband, yes, I'm doing this, doing this. You should also help me in doing some household work. But there's a way of telling this, a sensible way and a polite way and a loving way. You cannot order your husband. Husband and wife, we both are the pillars. If you win, the family is going to win. If he wins, again the family is going to win ultimately. Don't show ego. Be in the good terms with him. Don't make so many clashes. Whatever he tells, oh okay. Ignore. You know that what he's telling is wrong. Just ignore. For time being, you ignore. Learn the art of ignoring. It gives you so much of mental relief. Before I finish the class, maybe I finish the class in the end of March or maybe in the first week of April. You cultivate this habit of ignoring. You'll tell me that, ma'am, what you taught me, it is making so much of difference in my life. Constantly on mental health. Next, I'll go to the studies part now. Best time to study is in morning when you're working or when you're in mother, all these things. But you can tell me that, ma'am, my kid gets up every now and then in the night. It's very difficult for me to get up in the morning. I have a kid which is 1.7 months. Minimum 5 to 6 times in the night, 5 to 6 times she wakes up. I have to feed her. Still, I'm a lacting mother. 5 to 6 times I have to feed her. Okay, I'll feed her for 10 minutes. Do you think so? After once I feed, again it takes around 20 to 30 minutes for me to go back to the sleep. 5 to 6 times. It is happening for 1.7 months. But now I'm used to it. If I want to get up at 4 o'clock, I'll get up. If I want to get up at 5 o'clock, I'll get up. The thing is, I'm an interest in the things, other things. That's why sleep and all doesn't matter to me. You make up your mind on more than sleep. My studies is important. Think in this way. The sleep and all doesn't matter to you. Before the examination, don't you think so? When you're college, when we're in college and all, we will study till late night and all before the day of examination. Did you feel sick that day? No. Why? Because your main target is to complete the syllabus in the previous day of your examination. Yes or no? I didn't feel sleepy that day. Why? Because my intention to study is greater than my intention to sleep. That's why. But now I want to sleep also. I want to have a good sleep. I want to be good at studies. Doesn't work. Sacrifice your sleep. 4 to 5. Sleep for 4 to 5 hours. Best time to study in the morning. Next, if I tell you to 4 to 5 hours sleep, many people will think that my health will go for a toss. Nothing goes for a toss. Nothing goes for a toss. Why? Your intention to study is greater than your intention to sleep now. 4 to 5 hours sleep. That's it. If you're sleeping for every day 7 hours, I cannot reduce to 5 hours suddenly. One day I'm gonna reduce 15 minutes. So if I'm getting at 7 o'clock, make sure that you get up at 6:45 a.m. Continue this for 3 days. After 3 days, keep an alarm at 6:30 a.m. Like this, you reduce it. You can wake up at 5 o'clock or you can wake up at 5:30. Clear. Next one. I want to share one thing with you. Once again, which has helped me a lot. Able to see these headphones. You don't know the use of this utility of this headphones, man. Whenever you're traveling, whenever you're cooking, have these headphones. A recorded class if you're watching, okay? Keep your phones on, connect to the headphones. But thing is, you should buy an wireless. You should not be with the wire, you should buy an wireless that isn't Bluetooth connected. It has got so much of utility. If it's already there, utilize this or buy one, but it should be in wireless. You can, with this, you can do the things, whatever you want, cooking, washing, utensils, anything. The two work is done simultaneously. Buy this and check. You only tell me how it is going to work. When I'm driving also, no, instead of FM, I switch on some YouTube. I connect to YouTube. I listen to this. Many times in office also same thing happens. There will be a notification. Every day one or the other notifications will be there with respect to FEMA, income tax, and all. I think that I'll go home and I'll study. After going to office, I'll go through this. I don't get a time after coming home. I think that I'll go through this. That time also don't get a time. Many times it will happen. Okay. But how will I see notifications, all these things? Once the notification is done, many a times it will be there within the 20 to 23 hours. A person would have done a video about this in the YouTube. I listen to this. When I'm driving, I listen to this. When I'm cooking, also I listen to all these videos. It's an audio. You can listen to all these things. It saves your time. Take it from me, it saves your time. It will be there in your memory. It is more effective than you sit and study. Because once you're sitting and studying, obviously you feel distracted. But once you're listening, you'll not. You will get distracted, but the chances are very less. A probability is very less. Point number one. Next one. One is in headphones. Second thing, less sleep. It means what is the study time? Study time is going to be in the morning. Next, point three, a same thing. Whatever is done in the class, read that first. Whatever done in the class, read that first. Then go to your institute material if you want to solve, or go to the author's material if you want to solve. It is left to you. Next, very important, it is timetable. Your timetable varies when compared to other people because you have got a responsibility. Prepare your timetable, okay? But you'll not be knowing what time to be allotted or not, okay? What to do in this case? So make sure that I will study Indian Constitution. Assume it is going to be 8th and 9th. 2 days I'll say Indian Constitution. Other people I'll make them to write the time also, but you don't write the time. You just write it, note down in the date. Indian Constitution is dedicated. That is for 8th and 9th. I'm going to be dedicated to Indian Constitution. Next, it is going to be 10th and 11th. What you'll be studying 10th and 11th regarding the meetings. That is in the Companies Act regarding the meetings. Companies Act. Like this, you prepare a timetable. The timetable should be prepared for every 10 days. Counter thinking, but this counter thinking should be a positive one. This is the way you forget the things which are negative in nature, which affects your mental health. Mental health is going to be very important to us. We will undergo changes, hormonal changes, or after the delivery, you'll undergo a postmortem depression, etc. Now, the many are suffering from postmortem depression. The postmortem depression will be there until the child turns the age of 3. There will be hormonal changes. All these things, you are the better person to explain it to your husband, or it's going to be your in-laws, or it's going to be your parents. Don't suffer from all these things. Speak out. Don't suffer. It affects your mental health. If it affects your mental health, it affects your studies ultimately. You people know how to study. You people know better than me how to study. But what you lacked in this mental health concept, I wanted to tell you regarding this question. I'm very happy to the students who have joined. Okay. Aishwarya, I'm very happy that you have chosen a decision to pursue your further studies.
Thank you, ma'am.
I'll tell you one more thing, okay? You're studying now, not with the book only you're studying. You're not listening to the audios and all, you're studying. We are human, Baba. Many things come across your mind. First thing, keep one book, that's a separate book, okay? Make sure that whatever the thoughts you get, write it. 1, 2, 3. Or like you want to wash your clothes, washing. You want to attend your friend's birthday party, write it. Third one, your husband has told you to keep some document outside from the cupboard. Okay, write a document. Okay. Fourth one, someone has told something about you. All these things comes into your mind. Okay. Do this exercise 2 or 3 days in a span of 1 hour. I am 100% sure you would have written around 30 items. You do this whenever you sit to study. At least do this for 3 days. You will think, oh, I thought so many things in this 1 hour. Automatically, all these things will gradually, it will reduce. Once you do this exercise, it will reduce. I have done this. We have a GMCS course, okay? When you're in CA final, you're supposed to do a GMCS course. You have an orientation, no? Like this, we have a GMCS course. It's a 15 days course. There, those people taught us this concept. Yes, it works. When you sit for studies, do this for 3 days. Okay, Baba. All the best. Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye.
Bye, ma'am.
Thank you.